What's up guys, welcome to the channel. This is going to be my first video, which I'll be going over my sim setup for GT7, specifically on PS5. So this is the whole rig. So I guess I'll start with the seat. This is the most obvious one. So I bought a used Recaro Profi SPG from BMW forum. The condition, it's still pretty new. Is it really necessary to buy a real proper bucket seat? Not really. This is just something that I've always envisioned. I thought it'd be cool to get a Recaro seat, and I did buy this used. I think I paid around 800 or 850 for it, but again, as you can see, there's not really much fraying, and it doesn't really show any sign of wear other than the little scratches here from the bracket from the old owner. But other than that, as you can see, the back is still solid, no scratches, everything looks good. But I do wish that I would have bought the XL version. This is non-XL, so it's a pretty tight fit, and my back does hurt a little. So my plan is to probably buy some small back padding. I think Sparco has them. I don't know if Recaro actually has one, but yeah, after a while of sitting on it, it does kind of suck. So other than the cool factor, probably could have went with something a little bit more comfortable. And then the next thing we have is the RSeat cockpit or chassis. This is the A1 160 GT version, which I bought back in, I think, end of 2023. So before I start the video, I went to the website just to confirm some information, and it looks like they actually don't have this model anymore. So the new one is the A1 Pro GT. So the overall chassis still looks the same. It looks like the only difference is the mounting hardware that you see here for the actual direct drive system. The brackets are completely different. And I think they have an option for a Fanatec side mount, where I think the brackets are actually mounted on these slots here rather than on the bottom. And then the next thing I saw was the pedals. The new version, it looks like you can actually adjust the tilt of the pedal. The tilt of the bass, not the pedal. Whereas this one, as you can see, is just flat and flush with the actual bottom frame here. But for the frame itself, again, just the frame, these two uprights here, the bottom, the legs, they were, I think I bought them when they were at a discount, so I believe they were also $850. But again, I'll check and I'll put all the information down in the description. But overall, I like it a lot. Right, it's a very well built, sturdy chassis. However, when I did purchase them, shipping was $50 from what I remember. However, they did come damaged, right? So some of the frame pieces, especially the big ones here, they were dented. Some of them were chipped, as you can see here. This is not a big chip, but the other piece that I actually threw away, there were actually gouges like in the metal. That's how damaged they were. And as you can see on this side, I don't know if I can focus in on it. That little piece right there, that's a gouge, right? I had to kind of paint over it. However, I did contact them, and they were able to send me new pieces. However, those ones also came damaged. So basically, I had to kind of piece everything together and assemble the ones that are still in the best conditions. But overall, you know, aside from those two that I pointed out, again, it looks like it's very well built. And the fact that they kind of ship this whole, you know, chunk of metals all the way from, I think, Bulgaria, and it actually got here on time is, I think, it's pretty amazing already. So yeah, that's the chassis. And then for the actual system, as you already saw, I went with the full Fanatec setup. So I bought the ClubSport DD Plus, the R300 steering wheel, which I haven't finished setting up. As you can see, the buttons are still empty. They did come with the little cover for each one of these, but I kind of wish they made specific ones for PS5 because the covers, let me see, I don't know where I put it, but the covers, they're not actual, you know, PlayStation buttons like the triangle, square, X, circle. They're like very, you know, generic buttons for like wipers and you know, stuff like related to you know, actual cars, which, you know, it doesn't really mean anything on a sim, right? And then the next thing we have is the V3 pedals. Again, these are the, I think, ClubSport V3. They have been out for a while, but I saw that people had pretty decent reviews on these, so I went with these. And then the next thing we have is the DD shaft extension. I bought this just because I don't know, or at the time of purchase, I didn't know I was actually gonna need it, but I bought it anyway for like $100. But it's still in here. I haven't used it because the way it's currently set up right now, the seating position is, I think, pretty okay. It's not perfect yet. I do kind of want to scoot this a little back and maybe raise the sides here, right? Raise it up a little, or this part, raise it up a little bit. And I am missing the seat slider, right? So RSeat did give me a seat slider. However, I don't know if it's because, again, it's a Recaro and it is a little bit narrower, but the seat slider are way too wide for these seats. Now, if you go to the RSeat website, at least previously, they did sell Sparco seats, and from what I know, those seats are a little bit wider, and they do have their own brand of bucket seat. And I'm guessing they're the same width if they do sell Sparco seats, or maybe if you order the Sparco seats, they give you Sparco sliders, but I don't know. So I have to buy the Recaro slider. So as of right now, the seat are basically not movable, right? So if I want to adjust the sitting position, I do have to adjust the brackets on the direct drive. But other than that, again, I think the setup is pretty solid. And I am playing on a 85-inch TV. The next thing that I want to do, obviously, is to clean up some of these cables. They're just hanging off. Now, the one thing that I do like about these chassis, or this chassis, is that they have these slots, right, running on the sides, on this side, so I can kind of tuck the cables in there. So I just have to probably get, I don't know, something to kind of tie them together and just, you know, tuck them away and kind of run it all the way down here. But as of right now, you know, we got cables everywhere and got my PS5 in here. But that's really it. So The total amount that I spent on this, again, just kind of guesstimating here, from what I remember, it's about $3,500. Right now, it's not really a starter budget, but again, this is something that I've been saving up and planning for a while. So if you want something a little bit cheaper, obviously you can go with, you know, other brands, other setups, but this is kind of what I envisioned, and this is what I wanted. So the only other thing that I probably want to do, again, we'll see with time, is probably swap out the seats if it bothers me too much. And obviously probably, you know, get a new steering wheel from Fanatec. But I do like the design of this. It kind of resembles the Porsche racing steering wheel. So, but other than that, hopefully on the next video, I can get my streaming set up so that you guys can actually see me race. I mean, I have started, but you know, I'm still a newbie beginner. I'm okay. You know, I've gotten a few first places, but you know, I'm not the fastest, especially looking at the lap times on the global ranking. You know, some of those guys are just freaking nuts. But I think that's it for this video. You know, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Peace.